First and foremost, let me say thank you for joining me in this series of Faces of Change. But if I could just digress just a little bit, I'm the co-founder and president of the Foundation for Educational Success, and Faces of Change is a curriculum that we developed, the first phase of it, about 14 years ago. And then as a result of what we were doing, a lot of educators, social workers came back to us after seeing us actually implement the workshops. They told us to go a little deeper. And in other words, give us some of the specifics that you all talk about during your workshops and include those in the curriculum for us to be able to, whether it's advisory, mentorship, parents, or whoever's working directly with young people, to be able to give them some of the things that we do, some of the techniques, some of the strategies. And so we decided to start Faces of Change 2. What Faces of Change does for us and for teachers and others that are using it around the country, it's a tool to help young people navigate through this thing called life. And it's not just conceptual, it's not just thinking of strategies in general, even though there's plenty of strategies that are involved in the curriculum. I think the most important thing is what Faces of Change does. It offers three perspectives. It talks about who are you? In other words, who are you not just by name and your DNA, but it allows you to take a step back to ask yourself, what are those things, what path am I on, what choice and decisions that I'm making right now that I can reflect upon to think about my end game, what success. Because students will tell you what they want to be, what they want to do, what they want to have. But we like to say you can't have nothing till you do something with your life. You can't do something till you become something, as opposed to reverse. And this is about hard work and about choices, about goals. And if you decide to take that short term, then here's some of the consequences that happens. And it allows you to be able to talk about those social-emotional issues, those non-cognitive variables that may be absent in a child's life. And so if I can think about who am I based on my choices and decisions, and then I can turn the switch as an educator. And an educator for me is a teacher, it's a parent, it's a mentor, it's a social worker, it's a principal, it's any adult that's in that child's life. You then become an educator, not a traditional educator. But so now, if I can get you to think about who you are, and now think about where you're going. In other words, let's take this path called school. Where are you going with your life? What are you trying to do? What are you trying to have? What are you trying to become? And if you continue on that path, you're not going to be able to do those things. And so now that I know who I am, where I'm going, then as an adult, I can then start building that relationship so I then can show you the path on how to get there. And so three phases, three different aspects. And it's not a building block, because I think what I mean by that, you don't have to start Faces of Change in the beginning of the first page of one of the activities or one of the curriculums or one of the advisory curriculums. So you can go anywhere throughout to deal with the child based on where he or she is. And I think that's the healthy part around it, because maturation, we talk about maturation, but not just talk. It gives young people a chance to develop. We talk about goals, anything you want to have, do, or be. We talk about the cycle of life, the fact that if you're 13, most people by age 21, 22 would have decided what they want to be or become in their lives, and that you may have 8 or 9 preparation years. But it's not just talking about these things. It actually is activities, and it's actually, you demonstrate, you think about these critically, and then you have a conversation, because first you have to do is acquire the skill. Once you acquire a skill, then how do I know you have to? You have to go out and practice that skill to show that you've acquired it. Now you have the knowledge behind it, and then you're able to come back and share, whether that's in a fishbowl, but the form of training takes teachers and counselors and mentors and parents through the process of being able to see how to implement it, but more so from what the student would get out of it, what the parent would get from it, and obviously what the teacher, in this case the educator, whether it's your role as a classroom teacher, teaching advisory, or as a mentor, or as a social worker or a counselor. regardless whether you're in the juvenile justice system, where you have a student that's making all A's but should be in AP courses, whatever the reasons, it takes each individual student and hones in on looking at their talent identification, but also allows impact in that journey to success.